Were you guys with the Vampire Academy books before booking the show?
Super familiar. I'm actually a big fan of the series. And I read them when I was a teenager and loved them and loved the movie when it came out. I was really sad that, more movies didn't come out, but, now we're doing it and we get to tell the full story. So yeah, huge fan. And as soon as I got the audition, I was like, no way, I know this character, I love this character. And then, booked the job and was just like ecstatic.
Awesome.
For me, I remember seeing the title come through. It rang in a core memory, but I was like, this looks so cool. I did some research and I was like, oh my god, I went to see this film in the cinemas. I was like, I remember this is when I was in high school and I went to see the movie. Once I bought the job, I took the time to read the first few books just to get it felt like a responsibility to do that, and I'm so glad I did, because the blueprint that it lays out is great, and we've kept that to achieve the essence of this character, I hope. The essences. So I am now a huge fan of Vampire Academy. I understand why this film is so loved, and I hope that new audiences can watch our show and fall in love with the books just as much as we have.
Yeah. Great answer.
What in the books about your character did you love so much that you knew you had to make sure you captured when you were playing on the series?
Oh, I kind of liked the cowboy duster. That's an attribute, right?
You're obsessed! He's obsessed with the duster! Let it go, man!
I love it. I think for me, just Dimitri's devotion to what he does, be it protecting Roy and be it his love for Rose, which flourishes as the book goes on. I think that's, he's a man that goes all the way or nowhere at all.
Sorry, what was the question? I forgot. Sorry. I was just looking at her like, wow.
What did you like so much about her in the
Right. The character of Rose. The scary thing about us is that we're too similar, and sometimes I don't know where Rose finishes and where I begin. Fiery, passionate, sometimes inappropriate. She's a fighter, and she fights for what she loves and what she believes in, and sometimes it doesn't always land, and I definitely identify with that myself. So
undeniably yourself.
Yeah, undeniably myself. I'll take that.
Unapologetically, the best way. That's very best way.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about Rose's history with Lissa?
So Rose and Lissa, basically, they've been best friends since they were very, very small children, and Rose never really had a family that was around. Being a Dhampir and training to be a guardian, her parents are Dhampirs, or her mother is a Dhampir as well. So she is a guardian, acting guardian, and she's off, doing her duty, protecting her Moroi. So Rose never really had a mother around, and her father, who even knows where he is at any given point. So Lissa's family became Rose's family. They really adopted her. They took her in, and Lissa was, not just her best friend, but her sister and the closest person that she had, and her safety net, really. So that's where we meet the girls in the story. We meet them and they already have this amazing, beautiful love between them and this beautiful bond. And over the series that just gets stronger and stronger, and you see the girls develop, and they find a lot of strength in their relationship. Apart and together, I think they're very strong women in their own ways.
Can you talk about Rose's powers, and Dimitri, did she have powers as well?
Powers? What are your powers?
Sharing daringness, that's what it is.
Okay, Mr. Darcy.
Well, they're obviously I say blessed. Part of their curse is their physical attributes, their strength, their speed, all the cool stuff of a vampire, minus the fangs. I've got to come.
Yeah, I really wanted the fangs, but that's fine, whatever.
So a lot of their potential lies in their fighting abilities, hence their job and their commitment to defending the Morois.
That's why we make such good protectors and guardians, because we have the heightened senses and the strength and agility, and those are all the things you need to be a warrior, basically.
I think Dimitri, as the series goes on, finds that Rose does have different kind of superpowers that are quite human, which he falls in love with. Yeah,
Dimitri can be, I don't want to say unhuman, but
it's very stoic, isn't it?
Stoic, exactly, and he really finds his humanity, and I think Rose is a big part of that for him.
And for me. Yeah. Be a person, Kieron. There we go.
Shut up, Kieron.
vampires are like really popular all the time, and I was wondering what was it about this series that you thought made it special and stand out from other vampire materials?
We have this completely.
It's its own world and its own rights.
Yeah, exactly. Like Rochelle Mead in the books creates this amazing world that's so different to most vampire stuff, because there are different kinds of vampires. You know, there are and they're ancient races, and this ancient race of sort of good vampires, and they're proper, and they live in a structured society, and they're called Moroi, and some of them are royal, some of them are not, and then there's a class divide even within that kind of faction. But then there are the Dampiers like us, who are the warriors and the protectors and the guardians, and we are half human, half vampire hybrids, and so we can go out into the sun, and we don't have to live by drinking blood or anything like that, but then we do have the heightened senses.
I think in the world's complexity, we're able to use the vampire fantasy world as like a metaphor really for a bit of our own society. There is a real mirror being held up there to things that are happening that people will be familiar with. They'll watch the show and they'll expect all the funky fantasy vampire stuff and they'll be challenged. I think they'll come away feeling like, oh, this feels a little bit close to home. And I think that's what this world does in such a
absolutely. And you get, like you said, you get all the sexy stuff, and you get the fangs and the blood and the all of that kind of stuff. But also, like, you definitely get something that reflects our society in the sense of, like, you know, a class structure and revolutionary kind of ideas and things being disrupted in a way that's like makes you question, is this society fair?
Even your own beliefs, I guess. Yeah, definitely. It's quite exciting, really. I think people will switch it on and then get lost in this idea.
Exactly.
It makes you challenge your own beliefs and question different things.
And the bad vampires are very scary. They're called Strigoi, and they've got the full bad vampire get-up. They got red eyes, and I can't say too much, obviously, but then...
But I can promise this, if the audience are 30% as scared as I was the first time I had to fight one on set, we are on to a good show, because...
Seriously?
Heart in my mouth, terrified.
Literally, like the first, I remember. I was just saying, the first time I ever fought someone in the full Strigoi bad vampire get up, and they just run at you, and they're like ferocious, like this and that, and you just forget your fight choreography, and you're just like, that was your first day? He literally just ducked.
No, I was like...
And on my first day, I was like, can we cut and come back to it?
My brain just goes, you know a choreo, like, look at it, just block the punch. I was like, that was close, right? That was close. Anyone see that? Could we use that in the core? That was kind of terrifying.
Well, how difficult was the physical training? I mean, because they show you guys actually doing training. So how is it train for training?
I think that was a massive part of where we found, for me, because you obviously had a lot of stuff going on with Lissa, but a lot of Dimitri's scenes, especially as Humanity comes out with scenes of Rose, and I think a massive part of their relationship in the books is the training, and I think for me the training for the training actually helped me find Dimitri on a much simpler, but it helped me find the connection with Rose, because we had to that was an experience we had to share, and we found things that worked for us.
Physically getting into your character is also something that's like important to me in terms of the process of making a character. Like, it's like putting on the clothes, you know, you step into the clothes and you step into the role, and I think training and figuring out our own fighting styles within the training and like the martial arts that they were teaching us and stuff like that was really cool for character building. And then a lot of our scenes in the beginning are training together, and so we would train in the gym to bring that together, and it was lots of different martial arts styles.
The incorporation of our own histories as well.
Exactly.
She's been in films that are quite action-packed, and she's obviously come from a dance background, and I'm from a boxing background, so we introduce these to each of our characters. Different strengths, and then I think that's what's so beautiful about our fight style specifically, is that yes, it's a whole, and you can see that it's very similar when everyone fights, but each individual's personality comes through that
Definitely. Different characters, the way they fight is very, very interesting to watch.
And then Rose and Dimitri then complement each other on a whole new level with that. So
We find a flow.
Yeah, we find a flow.